Okay, welcome again to my podcast on NTCA Kenya, NTC, NTSA in Kenya. And this is my second video. I'm talking about regulation of vehicle inspections in the country of Kenya. And I'm directing my video to Nation Kondiwa. I'm directing this video to whoever works with the NTCA. It seems these people, they are not using common sense when they want to introduce anything into law. I want to tell you, people of NTCA Kenya, there are certain basics that you are supposed to follow before even you come to the point of emission and vehicle inspections. There are certain things that should be in place. There are certain factors that you are supposed to consider first. You should have good roads, mandatory, of which Kenya doesn't have. Kenya cannot afford. Kenya is a developing poor country, full of corruption. You see? That is one important factor. Do we have roads in Kenya? Do we have good highways in Kenya? That is a very important factor before you even think of introducing vehicle inspection. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do vehicle inspections, but I'm going to talk about vehicle inspection in from a different angle. So, there are things that should be in place. One condition, mandatory. Kenya government, in this country, we should have good roads. If we don't have good roads, inspection of cars and vehicles makes no sense. It's nonsense. If we don't have good roads, we have first of all to think about road infrastructure. Road infrastructure must be in place as the first condition. If I were the government, me as a senior citizen of this country, okay, I will put this one as the first factor to consider. Good roads. You don't have good roads. That's what you're gonna tell me, Mr. Nation Kinduwa. You're gonna say the government cannot afford. How do you expect the citizens of Kenya to afford to do the inspection the way you are thinking? As a matter of fact, vehicle inspections in Kenya, it's a way the government to make money. You want to make money, just say it like that. And when an inspection of vehicles is done, it is for the betterment of the citizens, not for the government of Kenya. Before I register my car, before I take my car for registration, it must pass inspection. And do you know who does the inspection? Are the mechanics. Appointed garages all over the country. Is the work of the mechanic. Is the job of the mechanic, not the job of the government. Mr. Nation, open your brain wide. Inspection of cars is done by the mechanics. I know what you are thinking, because you know Kenya is corrupt. Because the government itself is corrupt. You are thinking even the mechanics will get corrupt, because that's your culture and tradition of Kenya. Okay? But one thing you have to remember, Me as a car owner, I have to make sure that my car is functioning well because it is for my safety. Even before I think of a safety of other pedestrians, and or other users of the road, when I do inspection of my car, let me tell you, let me submit it to you. If you see anyone takes his car to the garage, something to be fixed, maybe the brake lights, maybe the lights, maybe for brakes, he's thinking about for himself. It's for his safety. And if I'm taking my car to the mechanic to fix certain things in my car which are malfunctioning, it means I'm taking my car for inspection. Because I don't know what's going on. It has shown lights on the dashboard. So it's my responsibility for my safety. What I'm doing car inspection, man. Because your roads are bad. The Kenyan roads, they are impassable. Okay? So the car inspection is not something that is to be done by the government. Man up, Mr. Nation. Car inspection is being done by the mechanics, qualified mechanics. Something has happened in my car. I can hear maybe some noises. Immediately, I take it to the mechanic. The mechanic will inspect my car and he will tell me, you need to fix this. That is why many countries in the world, they do car inspections or vehicle inspections. But the one that you are introducing in Kenya is the government to make money. It's not even for safety. Believe me or not, it's not for safety. It's the government of Kenya to make money. And some of those corrupt officials in the government steal that money. You could only be right to emphasize that anyone who is registering his car, the car must be inspected by a qualified mechanic. It has to pass. And that mechanic issues a sticker. It's not for the government. Government inspection. You have introduced something on your inspection bays. Inspection bay that you are checking the suspension of a car. I mean, how do you expect the suspension of a car to be 100% when you know you have bad roads in Kenya? Come on. Come on, man. I'm using your name, Nation Kondiwa. I'm responding to what you said on Citizen TV. We have bad roads in Kenya. Okay? How do you expect a car to have 100% suspension correct? You can fix the suspension today and you drive for 20 miles or 30 miles and the suspension will start again acting because of bad roads, right? So there are certain things when you introduce in NTSA, you have to think, you have to widen your thinking. Another thing, all cars in this country, Kenya, our country, Kenya, okay? We import used cars from Japan and elsewhere. Let me repeat this. Mr. Kendowa Nation, we import used cars. Nobody can afford a new car in Kenya. No one. Except those who maybe, some are, they can afford, yes. But 90% of people who can afford these imported cars or a new car must be from the government. And the people who work in the government, we know, they make their money. They are corrupt. They can afford to buy a new car. But any ordinary citizen in Kenya, say is a doctor, a lawyer, or anyone. Some of them can't afford to buy a new car. So when you are saying we are taking cars for inspection or for emission, it is for environmental compliance. Environmental compliance. And let me tell you why those countries that are doing environmental compliance on emission, it is because all the citizens of that country, they can afford to own a car. And therefore, now they are strict on emission. Because human beings in those countries, there are as many as cars. Every human being in that country owns a car. And therefore, emission is very important. I'm not saying emission in Kenya is not important. But there are certain factors you have to consider. Bwana wewe, kila mtu ananunua gari ambayo imetoka Japani, imetumika miaka 4. Hiyo sio gari mpya, hiyo ni gari mzee. Okay? Hiyo ni gari mzee, imeisha. Lakini wewe Mkenya unafikiria hiyo gari ni gari mpya kwa sababu umeimport kutoka Japan ama nchi nyingine na imeshatumika. You can imagine a car has 180,000 miles. 180,000 miles. In those countries, developed countries, those cars are taken to be crashed. Zinakuwa crashed. But in Kenya, hiyo gari bado iko barabara. Unalete gari ya 4 years from Japan, okay? And you call it a new car. Come on, people. Can you change your thinking, Mr. Nation, Kondiwa? Change your way of thinking, man. All cars in Kenya, they are not even supposed to pass any emission, as a matter of fact. Let me submit it to you. All cars that you import from Japan and elsewhere in the world, they are not supposed to pass emission. They are all used. So I don't know in what criteria. I think you want to make money for the government and for you and the other corrupt people to get this money. It is this way. It is like someone who is not sick. He goes to the hospital seeking treatment and is not sick. Okay? But for the sake, so that the doctor can get money, he can go ahead and say, you are sick. And he prescribes medicine for you, which you shouldn't go for. So Kenya, we have used cars, bwana. There is no new car. The whole human being, a man who is educated, he can tell Kenyans that the car from the year of manufacturer, 4 years old and above, should go for inspection. Should not go. 4 years, up to 4 years, they are not supposed to go for inspection and emission. You want to tell me those are new cars? They are not. This is my point. Inspection of cars should be done by the mechanics. Yes. The inspection of my car, my brakes, I can't drive. It's common sense. I can't drive my car without brakes. I can't drive my car without lights. Siwezi kuendesha gari bwana bila light, headlights. Siwezi endesha gari bila indicators. You are just making things so sensitive for no apparent reason. Na magari yenyewe ambao tuko nayo Kenya ni ile imetumika kutoka Japan. Alafu you are saying mwenye ako na gari from 4 years from the date of manufacturer asiende hiyo inspection. Magari mengi from Japan yenye imekuwa imported, mtu anaitumia only for 1 month, imeanza acting up. You take it to the mechanic. Uwezi kuassume kwamba hii gari niliimport juzi last month. Kwa hivyo dashboard imeonyesha engine light, siwezi kupeleka to the mechanic. Come on man, hiyo ni common sense. Inspection of vehicles is common sense for any common sense using human being in Kenya. Lazima apeleke gari yake kama imeonyesha dashboard kwamba kuna kitu wrong kwa engine. Lakini for you want to generate some revenue for the government. So you see, it's not about safety. It's about generating money for the government of Kenya, but in a wrong way. There is no new car in this country, Kenya, as I'm speaking to you. Very few people can own a new car. 0 mileage. All cars on Kenyan roads are used cars and used vehicles imported to this country. So this is my point. Any car, whether it is 1 year old, okay, or is 2 years old, okay, if it means going for inspection, should go for inspection. You know why? One, we don't have roads in Kenya. Okay? Hii country ya Kenya haijafikia kiwango ambacho kuna vitu ambazo tunastahili sikuwe in place. Haijafikia kiwango hicho. Kenya is a poor country, a corrupt poor country in Africa. But there's one thing I know, the good news about cars, about vehicles. The owners who drive these vehicles, they know. Once it shows check engine, anakimbia kwa mechanic kumuuliza, ebu niangalilie ni nini mbaya na gari. Alafu inarekebishwa. Lakini hii upusi kwamba peleka for vehicle inspection, whatever, haimaanishi anything. Sensitize the public, sensitize citizens of Kenya that it's important to take your car for inspection. Okay? Hiyo willingly mtu anapelekea mechanic na anamulipa, anarekebisha brakes. My brakes ilinionyesha, it started acting. I looked on my dashboard, I saw, check the engine. So ile sign ilikuwa hapo, ilikuwa ya brakes. Immediately nilipeleka kwa mechanic. Sikuongojea ati unajua kuna inspection coming up next year, wacha niongojee. Huyo ni mjinga who can reason like that. I took my car to the mechanic to inspect my car. Tukapata ni brakes. So I had to change the brake pads. Yani unataka kuniambia, Mr. Nation, mtu akishapeleka car for inspection, do you want to tell me, let's assume hiyo gari has passed inspection. Kwa hivyo, oh my God, Mwafrika kweli ni primitive. Africans, we are so primitive. Does it mean nilipeleka gari jana inspection, it passed? Tomorrow, gari yangu kwa dashboard ionyeshe check brakes. Brakes are not working. Unataka kuniambia juu ilipita inspection, siwezi nipeleke for another inspection to the mechanic to fix my brakes? Wa Kenya, Mwafrika, kwa nini? Why Africans you don't want to think? Why don't you want to use logic in thinking? Use logic, man. Nikipeleka hii gari for inspection, ipite just like that. Kesho yake nione dashboard imeonyesha check engine. Okay? Ama kitu fulani is not working. Kwani mimi nitaongojea mpaka next year? Na nimekuambia hivi, Mr. Nation Kendowa, magari yenye yanafanyanga ajali barabarani ni zile ambazo unasema ni mpya. Mwafrika wewe mweusi kama mimi, tuko na tendency kufikiria ati gari imetoka Japani 4 years old ni gari mpya. Common sense yako inakuambia hivyo. Mwafrika hataki kureason. Hiyo ni gari mzee bwana. Any car ambayo imekuja Kenya, hata kama ni 1 year old or 2 years old, okay, hiyo ni gari mzee. As a matter of fact, let me educate you. Any car ambayo iko like 100 over 100 miles kwa dashboard, hiyo ni inatakana ipelekwe junkyard. You heard me correct. If it means really kufanya inspection, look on the mileage on the car. Those developed countries, mtu kama ako na gari iko na over 200 miles, hawezi kuuzia mwingine. Siwezi, I can't sell my car in those developed countries because that is a piece of junk. Inapelekwa mahali panaitwa junkyard. Mr. Kendowa, any car that is almost 300 miles on the dashboard or 200 inapelekwangwa mahali panaitwa junkyard. Junkyard kuenda kudismantle, okay, kutoa vitu zingine siende kutumika kwa magari mengine. Okay, so it's not about the year of the car. Especially automatic cars, okay. Maybe we're gonna start in Kenya using mileage when importing a car. You import a car which has 120 miles. Now your car, that car is 2 years old. That is a piece of junk. Hiyo inatakana ipeleke kwa junkyard. Spare parts zitolewe, situmike kwa gari zingine. Kama milango, inaweza kutolewa mlango, ifiksiwe kwa gari yenye ilipata accident. Sinapelekwango kwa junkyard. So hizi gari ambazo zimekuwa imported from Japan, hapa Kenya, mnaziita ni new cars, hizo ni gari zingepelekwa junkyard zikaletwa huku. I'm telling you the truth. Those people overseas, unapeleka gari, ndio unasikia there are countries like, I don't know. I've never been to those countries, but I hear. This is what I read on the internet. Ninasikia kula America, I hear they say in America, gari yenye mtu hana mahali ya kupeleka, anaweka kwa driveway na kuandika a sign kusema for free. Because no one can buy that car. Hakuna mtu atanunua hiyo gari. It's a piece of junk, inastahili ende junkyard. Lakini the car is moving. Hata inapopelekwa for inspection kwa mechanic, ina pass. Lakini kwa sababu ya mileage yenye iko nayo, siwezi nunua. Hakuna mtu atanunua. So forget this thing you are saying, eti new cars in Kenya. Hakuna gari mpya Kenya hii. Hakuna. Hata yenye pengine uko nayo. I suspect maybe you have a Prado or you have a Toyota, wherever. That's a piece of junk you are driving. Mr. Kendowa, if you have a truck which has more than 100 miles on the dashboard, kilometers, I'm telling you it's a piece of junk. Hiyo sio gari mpya. Hii magari yote unaonanga wanakimbia hapa kwa barabara za Kenya. Those are pieces of junks. Unaona hii gari yangu, the car that I'm in, I bought it in cash from DT Dobi, Kenya. Okay? Assembled in Kenya. Hiyo ndio gari naweza kuita gari mpya. I'm not trying to brag kwamba niko na gari nilinunua mpya. Because ilikuwa assembled Kenya. Nilipewa gari ilikuwa na 0 mileage. That is what we call a new car. But those pieces of junks from Japan and elsewhere in the world, those are pieces of junks. All the trucks that you see, Prados, people are driving here, politicians and what have you, doctors, engineers driving on the Kenyan roads. Those are pieces of junks. Enda kwa dashboard uangalie. Iko na 200,000 miles. Piece of junk. Alafu that is what you call a new car. If it means inspection of cars ikuwe mandatory. Juu hakuna gari mpya Kenya. Ungesema gari mpya ni ile ilianza na 0 miles hapa nchini Kenya, assembled in Kenya. That's a new car. That's a new vehicle. But all these other junks from Japan, Europe, from UK, those are junks. Zimeletwa Kenya bwana. Ni kala tu. Ni kala ya nje. Lakini Mkenya can't understand. Sisi wa Kenya, Mwafrika, mtu mweusi, kwanza anapoona anaendesha hiyo gari truck, hiyo SUV, he feels he's on top of the world. Not all. That is a piece of junk. So this is my point. Hakuna gari mpya Kenya hii. Ebu mtoe hiyo kutofikiria kupeleka tika inspection, imeenda Ntsa wherever, ndio inaenda kukua inspected. Alafu mmeweka kitu hapo kutest suspension ya car. Kutest suspension ya car inakuwa tested on the road. Hizo vitu siko kwa barabara. Potholes everywhere. Kuna potholes kila mahali bwana. Hiyo gari hata ikipita hiyo inspection, hiyo mmeweka hapo, the following day dashboard itaonyesha kwamba hiyo gari thyroids zimeisha, nini kimeisha. So haimaanishi what you are doing there. Let me tell you, use common sense to deal with the brains of Africans in Kenya. Use common sense. This car I'm seated in right now, okay, inionyeshe kwa dashboard kwamba check engine. I can't go anywhere. I will take it to the mechanic. Siongoje mpaka inspection ikue. Hiyo ni common sense bwana. It's for my safety. Okay? It's for my safety. Lakini if you want to make money for the government of Kenya, you want to generate some revenue, afadhali hata useme tu, we introduce something else like paying tax on the car. Okay? Maybe hiyo ni kupeana tu, tutaelewa serikali inataka pesa. Kama hii gari mnataka niilipie tax, okay, every year, okay. Ninapeana tu. Lakini mambo ya inspection inafanya na mechanic. Sio Ntsa. Stop being so primitive. Ati kabisa li mwanaume ninachukua gari na napeleka kwa Ntsa ikuwe inspected. Come on. Hiyo sio kazi. Hii gari yangu napeleka kwa mechanic. Nimwambie mechanic, ndio, ebu check brakes. Aniambia mzee, brakes ziko sawa. Ebu check my headlights, ziko sawa. Ebu niangalilie thyroid ya hii gari. Oh, hizo ziko sawa. Niangalilie tires, unaonaje? Ananiambia taya zako ziko sawa. Hii taya za mbele ama za nyuma zinatakana kubadilishwa. It's for my safety. Naenda nabadilisha. Kenya government, Kendowa, we are not driving cars for the government of Kenya. Yani hatuendeshi gari ambazo tuko nazo si eti kwa ajili ya kufanyia Kenya government. No. Ni zetu, and it's for our safety. Lakini kama unataka money, government to generate money, nimekuambia use another method. Use another method. Now hiking citations in this country at 10,000. Man, are you crazy? Nakuuliza kuweka citation, you know how much is 10,000? I can tell you. 10,000 is $100. Let me round it up. 10,000 ni $100. Na huko Amerika, wacha nikuchanue. Mimi sijakuwa Amerika. I've never been to America, but I read in books. Okay? In America, citations zinaanzianga $25. Go and Google. $25. Na hiyo wameweka $25 because the economy of that country imefikia hapo. The economy of that country, America, economy yao imefikia hiyo $25. $25 ni kama shilingi, maybe wacha niseme kwa Kenya ni terms, hiyo ni shilingi 50 ya Kenya, ama shilingi 200. Actually is 250. Yes, I got it right. $25 according to the America economy. $25 kwa economy ya America, ukilinganisha na economy ya Kenya ni 250 shillings. Most citations on the American roads, they range between $25, $45 ama $75. Ikienda sana ifika $100, yani hiyo ni gross. Huyo mtu hata anastahili aende jela. Yenye hapa umeweka 10,000. 10,000 bwana. 10,000 is $100. Citations. You go and Google in America. Citations, speeding citations. Sinaansianga $25 to $45. $45 kwa America. Kwa Kenya hiyo ni 450 kulingana na economy yetu. Economy ya Kenya kulingana na economy ya hii Kenya, honestly $45 wakati mtu analipa $45 in America, kwa sababu economy ya America imefikia hapo. Sisi Kenya inastahili kuwe 450. So hii umeweka 10,000 is not practical. Au tumii common sense. Tumia common sense. So, Wakenya, it's good to drive in a safe car. Not, it's good to drive in a safe car after taking for inspection in Ntsa. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Siwezi endesha a safe car juu nilipeleka kwa Ntsa ikapita. Iyo ni Mkenya mjinga ambaye it doesn't reason. No. I'm driving in a safe car because for my safety and for the safety of other road users. And then, if that is what you are saying, I'm supposed gari yangu nikienda. By the way, let me also submit something to you. In those countries, developed countries like America, Japan and other countries, niendeshe gari yangu, niingie kwa portal. Boom. Alafu hiyo gari ifunje suspension. I'm supposed to sue the government. Did you know that? Sasa nimekuchanganya. Unajua nimekuchanganya. Uliza, go and Google. Go and Google on the computer. Kama gari yangu nitaendesha kwa barabara, ingie kwa portal mahali, ingie tu. Boom. Ninasu hiyo county. Yes. That is what is happening. So wewe, Ntsa man, nation, think. Portals are everywhere in the Kenyan roads. We are supposed then to sue the government. Gari yangu nilipeleka inspection ikapita. Okay? Jana, ama juzi, ama last week. Nilipokuwa kwa barabara kutoka Nairobi kwenda Kisumu, nilipatana na pothole pale Nakuru. Gari yangu boom. Sasa suspension imefunjika. Okay? I'm supposed to sue that county. Nipate pesa nirekebishe gari yangu. Unasema umetravel, ulitravel nchi gani? Honestly, I have never traveled. Mimi niko Kenya. How come I'm well informed about overseas? Eti uliongea kwa Citizen TV kwamba hey, I have traveled, you know? Nimetravel. Umetravel wapi? Kutravel Kenya. Kuenda kwa hizi resorts za hapa Kenya, mnapeleka pesa zenu huko. Watu ambao hawana akili. That's where they go, they sleep and they come back and kusema they have traveled. Traveled where? Kama ulienda Japani ama ukaenda America, go and study and read. And learn. And bring it to introduce here. Some of us, we get this information from books that we read. The information I'm giving you now, I got it from the books. I have never been to Japan. I've never been to America. Sijaenda America. Information yenye niko nayo ni ile ambao nimesoma kwa vitabu. Eti mtu Mkenya polisi anakupatia citation ya 55,000. Are you crazy? Hata wewe polisi unapoambiwa citation imeandikwa 10,000, 5,000, 25,000. Come on. 25,000. Nani amefikia hiyo kiwango cha kupata pesa kama hizo? Hii poor country with full of corruption left and right center, even in the hospital corruption, everywhere corruption. In fact, kama ningepata nchi nyingine ya kuhamia ningehama, nitoke Kenya hii. Ni waizi tupu. Serikali ni waizi. Wananchi waizi. Ukienda huku unaitishwa pesa. Ukienda kila mahali, my God. We have to shape this country. Thank you.